Okay, so this video is going to be a reading on behalf of Susan Osborne and Evan Chartrand. I'm curious to know what happened to them. In my opinion, in this situation, I do believe that the husband is directly involved. But I do not believe that the husband is the only one who knows about Susan and her son being missing, or what happened to them, I will say. I'm going to say this because based upon my research, Jerry Osborne had help with the crime scene, if you will. He had help. So I want to know what happened to Susan Osborne and Evan Chartrand. Energy, what do you need to show me? What do you need to show me? What do you need to show me? Hmm. This is the High Priestess in reverse and the Wheel of Fortune. I gotta make sure y'all can see that. And this is the High Priestess in reverse. And this is the Tower. And this is the Magician in reverse. This Magician in reverse, let me bring this down so y'all can see this. This Magician in reverse is Jerry. This is Jerry Osborne here. This is his wife, Susan Osborne, or his ex-wife now. Because I believe shortly after the missing case happened, the investigation happened, and all of that, Jerry Osborne was granted a divorce to Susan Osborne. It was a default judgment that was made in the case, and he was granted a divorce from Susan. Oh my goodness. This was a situation where this is a situation of, is he worthy or is he not worthy? Did he do a goodwill or is he an imposter? Did he kill her or did he not kill her? We're going to find out. Because based upon me seeing the Magician in reverse, which is the Black Magician, he's not the man he's presenting himself to be to the world. No, sir, you are not. You are not this good-natured man that you presented to Miss Susan's family. You are not this man of confidence. You are not this righteous man. You're not. You are the opposite. And the tower. The tower is the home. Okay? The tower is the home. What happened in the home? What happened here? All the hard work, and why did everything become dismantled? What happened here? Why was everything dismantled? This is the question. What happened here in this home? That's what we're going to find out. What happened here in this home? Let's see. Energy. What do you need to show me about the Wheel of Fortune in the case of Miss Susan Osborne and Evan Chartrand? What do you need to show me about the Wheel of Fortune? What do you need to show me? What do you need to show me? There was an investment here. Some kind of material prosperity. Some kind of material prosperity behind the deeds of this, behind this situation. There was some kind of investment here. Some kind of something was to be gained from this situation. What else do you need to show me? Ooh. Let me reshuffle. What else do you need to show me? What else do you need to show me about this Wheel of Fortune? Did Jerry receive insurance money behind Miss Susan Osborne or her son? Was he to inherit something in the event that they were she was no longer in the picture? Because I am seeing that there was some kind of investment, or something was gained here. Something was gained in this situation. And it was gained by whatever means it needed to be. So something was gained here. Does anybody know if Mr. Jerry Osborne received any kind of maybe insurance money or some kind of deed, or if Susan was no longer in the picture, you know, he could come up some kind of way, or he could make out well, or he could prosper in some kind of way. It would be in his best interest. I mean, what is going on here? I'm seeing some kind of gain behind this situation. And I am seeing nothing but I wonder if he got some kind of gain behind this, because I'm seeing prosperity here. I'm seeing some kind of harvesting, some kind of growth from something. So let's see about the High Priestess in reverse, which I believe to be Miss Susan Osborne. This is her energy. But it's in reverse. And what we know so far is that Miss Susan Osborne, according to her best friend, came up upon knowledge about her now ex-husband Jerry Osborne, his behavior. So she found knowledge that he did not willingly give to her, but that she obtained on her own. Okay? This was something that he kept hidden from her. He did not want her to know it. He was not willing to tell her. He was not comfortable with telling her because he did not tell her. But she found out, okay? That's what we know. She found out. And what she knew was very, very, very important to Mr. Jerry Osborne. Because after Miss Susan confronts Jerry about what she found, supposedly they talked through it. But Jerry made sure to, start keeping more tabs on her after this. Like, he was already controlling. He got more controlling. Where he was taking her places and dropping her off like she couldn't do things on her own as a grown woman. Now, mind you, she was doing things on her own before she met him. But after she made him aware, and he also knew something was up because Miss Susan stopped sleeping in the bed with him. And he became curious as to why. Okay? But then she told him what she knew. And from whatever he told her, she ended up telling her best friend after that they were okay, supposedly. That they were okay, and things were going to be all right. Supposedly, this is what she told Holly. Okay. So let's see here. Energy. What do you need me to know about the High Priestess in reverse? What do you need me to know about the High Priestess in reverse? So the type of this right here, this card here. See if y'all can see that. This card here, it represents the way that her husband was making his money. Okay. This had to do with the way that the husband was being supported outside of the wife. That's what this was. Where the details were kept from her. It was meant to be hidden. So what she needed to see was different from what it actually was. That's what this is. This has to do with what she uncovered about how he was supporting himself and them. By basically hiding it, not coming forward with it. And like I said, he must not have been comfortable with telling her. There was some concern around how he was making his money, his support, getting his support. Energy, what else do you need me to know? What do you need me to know? What do you need me to know? So this right here, okay. The generosity or the support he may have been given may have had an unlikely or an unbecoming type of support. It could have had an adolescent vibe, whatever he was doing. It could have had an adolescent vibe to it, like somebody who was looking for a sugar daddy, if you will. That's exactly what this is showing me, is that this is what was really going on, is that the type of support he was receiving was unbecoming of a married man. Okay. But because of this information, I'm feeling that it put Miss Susan in a less than comfortable situation. It was less than comfortable. The type of relationship that was going on in the home was a facade. It was a facade. Let's see what's going on with this home. What do we need to know about the home? Angie, what do I need to know about the home? What do I need to know about the home? What do I need to know about the home? What do I need to know about the home? Possible isolation within the home. Isolation within the home. I see the facade needed to be kept up surrounding the home. It's possible that there could have been crisis going on in the home. Let's see what else. What else do you need me to know, energy? What else do you need me to know? What else do you need me to know? He definitely had to control her. He definitely had to control her. After her discovering what she discovered, he definitely had to control her. That's exactly what he did. Because like I said, his restraints got tighter. He could not let her get out of his eyesight. He could not let her have conversations without him eavesdropping or hearing them. He did not let her go anywhere without him. He placed security cameras up around the house to watch her, to see her comings and goings. Even though I believe he told Miss Susan that the security cameras was for protection and security. It was actually the opposite. It was for his protection and security, not yours, in which it was more about making sure that Susan, he had a tight knit on the family situation here. Even with the son. This is including the son. There was some kind of serious restriction going on here with the mother and the son in this home. She had to be within his grasp, his ear at all times. So let's see here. What's going on with this black magician? What do I need to know? Energy, what do I need to know? 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 This is black magician. So this is what he was not truthful about. Him being a noble man. Him being a man worthy of marriage and a wife. He could have been fabricating how he would be of service to Miss Susan and her son. Maybe he was not as prosperous as he led on. Was not to be respected or honored in the way that he led on. So the information here that he told her about himself and who he was as a man could have been all false. The facade was created because he's the black magician. Energy, what else do you need me to know? 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 And because of him not being able to be the man that he should be, it created anguish within the home. There was there were issues with the family dynamic because of this. There were issues, there were problems here. And it really could have came about because of the information that Miss Susan uncovered. And then it, she started to catch on to all the little things. I mean, she told her best friend, Holly, like, don't mention this and, don't text me about this and stuff like that, because she knew this was dangerous information. It could be dangerous information, because if he went to those lengths to keep it from her and then she found out, now she could be perceived as a threat because somebody else knows this hidden knowledge that only Jerry had. This could have been putting a strain on Evan as well. This right here. Let me put this up. This could have been putting a strain on Evan too. But the family dynamic here was not good, because this man was perpetrating someone he was not. He had a whole different situation going on that he kept from his wife. how he was supporting him and supporting himself and the family, and how he was, keeping all these details about himself secret from his wife, shows how much he trusted her, because he kept it from her. He didn't trust her enough to tell her. He wasn't comfortable enough to tell her. He kept it from her in a marriage. But this type of information may have been so important enough that it needed to be kept secret and nobody could find out. You would think that that type of information would be safe with your partner. I mean, that's what I would think, that that type of information would be safe with my partner, especially if my partner is also my spouse. So after she finds out this information, she goes missing with this unidentified man that picks her up in a truck along with her son, according to Jerry. According to Jerry. No. No, 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 no. I want to pull another card for the tower. Energy, what else do you need me to know about the tower? What do you need me to know? Oh. I'm sorry. Some kind of conflict. There was some kind of battle, some kind of challenge here, some kind of fight to maintain control, to maintain what was earned, to maintain what was gained, to maintain the identity. So I'm assuming this is talking about Jerry. He needed to maintain his identity at all costs. And I believe that there was violence that ensued because of it. Because then came this, where he got what he wanted, which was control of the information he needed to keep to himself, that nobody could know. The information that Miss Susan found out, he could now keep it secret. So he killed them. I'm really sorry to say this, but this man killed Miss Susan Osborne and Mr. Ethan. I really do feel sorry for the family in all of this, because you didn't get a chance to say goodbye or anything. They were just taken from you. All because the facade, the lies, the person who married Miss Susan had to control her, felt he had to control her in order to be able to continue to do what he was doing. Because that was more important to him than his marriage. So he killed them. I want to do a deeper reading for this. So I'm going to clear these. Put these on. Energy, what do you need me to know about the war, the challenge? What happened? Energy, what do you need me to know? What happened? What happened? What do you need me to know about the war? He was, this is what the war was about. The challenge was about. It was about how he changed, how Miss Susan found out about his true identity, what he was really doing, what really was going on with him. And he needed to maintain the secret. He needed to maintain the secret at all costs because this could not get out about who he really was. She didn't get to see this until after they were married. He changed after they got married. What do you need me to know? What else do you need me to know? What else do you need me to know? What else do you need me to know? This is like, this is, what else do you need me to know? What else do you need me to know? What else do you need me to know? Hmm. All right. So what I'm getting here is that this card, which was what, I wanted to know what the challenge was, what the fighting was about, what the violence was over. It had to do with Miss Susan Osborne um, seeing the change in him for who he really was, not who he was portraying to her initially when they got married. She talked to him about it. She was probably trying to get him to change his ways, like to stop. It could have been a situation where he might have been trying to tell her that that's what he was going to do in order to get her to keep quiet about it and not say anything. But he didn't have the intention to do that. It could have all been a facade if he was doing that. But that was one of the challenges for him to repent, so to speak. Um, but then the challenge was just that he wanted to continue to have these types of relationships. He wanted to continue to do that. This was the fight. This was a fight here, that he didn't want to do that, and she wanted. If you love me, then you'll do me. You'll do this for me. But he was more, well, I like this. So this is what I want to continue to do. So it was a struggle there. That was a struggle for him. That was a struggle with his wife because he had these other relationships going on that he did not want to stop. He wanted to continue. Okay, she finds out. She confronts him. She tells Holly. Holly knows about it. She confronts him, okay, about this. She finds out and confronts him. This can be very, very, very dangerous. She finds out, and when she found out and confronted him, it got that much more serious. Because this is not something that he wanted even his wife to know in a marriage. Okay? So her finding out was already a problem. Ooh, that scared me. So her finding out was already a problem. But this right here is what gives me pause. Because this represents moral grief, so death. And if you look in this particular card, you will see clouds of smoke. And you will see fire. And then you see the casket there. So this represents what happened as a result of her bringing it to his attention and him needing to keep control over that, or for him to get what it was that he wanted, which was to be able to live his life the way he wants. This is what happened to Miss Susan Osborne and her son, Evan Osborne. He burned them. He burned them. He burned them. This is very sad, but this is what he did to them. Okay, this has been my reading on Miss Susan Osborne and Evan Chartrand. To this day, their remains have not been found. If there are any to be found, but Jerry Osborne is not trying to talk about this at all. But what I will say about this is that I really do believe that there are more people who know about what happened to or within that house than just Jerry. That's what I will say. But there was great security around what happened. Like, it was not going to come out by any means, by anyone involved. But I believe that he burned them. And he knows that no remains will ever be found because of that. And this has been my reading for Miss Susan Osborne and Evan Chartrand. My condolences to the family.